Bit of KIWI Ingenuity coming up here. It has yet to be seen whether it's worked, whether it's happened, whether I've managed to overcome the issue. Let's have a look. We have a bit of a problem. I say we. Me. That's pretty major. It's not even something my KIWI Ingenuity can get around at the moment. I do have some pretty heavy duty cable ties. It may stop it flexing too much. Beyond that, I'm not sure. A lot of time just spent staring at it, running through different ways, different scenarios of how I could lessen the issue, not fix it totally obviously, because it's just not going to be able to be fixed, that's for sure. It's a new fork, bottom part of the fork anyway, at the very least. They're rock shocks. I may be able to get parts for them. Okay, I think I have a plan of attack. And what I need to do is find something solid, oblong, rectangular, and wedge it between here on both sides, so it spans that gap, and then I can cable tie fuck out of it, up and down, around and around the houses, and also attach it to the inner part of the fork. You're getting my drift with this? That way I can lock the forks off as well, which is probably not a good thing to do because it's going to create more flex on that where the joint, well it's not a joint, it's just the whole aluminium housing is cracked right through. Maybe locking them off. I don't know about locking them off. Maybe keep them loose. No, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. First thing is though, I need to find something that's going to fit on. That's quite a solid piece of material and is going to fit in this gap here. So it's going to be wedge shape, preferably made of that nylon, you know, like the engineers type stuff. It's like it's a very hard wearing, it's easy to work, but it's very hard, or a steel wedge would work ideal. So I need to try and find something like that. That's the nylon type of stuff I'm talking about. Obviously that's no good. Maybe it's too short anyway. It's not going to work. Not long enough. And the bins have been emptied. Cardboard's no good. Okay, I'm going to go and have a rummage in the curb and the scrap ground over there and see what I can come up with. Okay, I may have something here. I've been looking for a little while, but that door handle, or even better, if that lock there is long enough, I might just be able to, or a hinge, stainless steel hinge, if it's long enough. I'll have to pull it out and see. Pull the door out of the skip to see. Okay, in the midst of me robbing stuff from the skip here, a couple of workers turn up from the site that the site is used to fill this skip up, and Spanish hospitality takes the cake, man. You get the idea. It's hard with one arm. Gracias, señor.
Esto para ti.
Oh.
Mira, voy a cambiar otro disco.
That's stone, yeah? Stone.
¿Quieres?
Hmm?
Esto para ahí, ¿no te falta?
No.
Vale. Yo le voy los guantes al hombre, hermano.
So amongst all the tools that he brought out just then for me to use is quite a nice lump hammer, and just on the other side of the skip when I was pulling the door handle plate off there was a sort of a stainless steel hinge, a gate type hinge that needed to flatten, which is what I am using the lump hammer for. So I've got a solid
Para cogerla.
sort of good strong like piece of stainless to wedge down there. In there to stop that from, because at the moment.
Vale. ¿No? ¿Gato, no?
No, too much stress. But if I flatten that, this, that into here, like that, and then cable tie.
¿Brida?
Yeah. So I need to flatten that.
Espera. ¿Quieres brida? ¿Quieres?
Hmm?
¿Quieres de esto?
Yeah.
¿Sí?
Yeah, more. Yeah, yeah.
Brida.
Nice. Straight as I'm going to get it out.
My boss.
Cool, man.
¿Vale?
Right.
¿Esto? Ciclo para empezar, para no pillarme nada. Y luego ya, cuando me suelto. Máquina, igual que yo, ¿sí? Mira para atento, hermano. Y luego tú y todo, mira. Bueno, cuando yo vaya a su país, me ayudarán.
Might work, huh? Might work. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. I keep this?
Buddy.
Huh? Nice one.
Y los guantes también, llévatelos. ¿No?
I've been on sites all my life. Gloves were back when, yeah, health and safety turned up, but appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Okay, it's not pretty, definitely not pretty, but it might just work at a pinch, at least till I get to a bike shop anyway. Well, that's put a bit of a damper and a delay on the day, but she's not pretty, and she certainly won't win any prizes for looks, but I think I've at least stopped it from flexing and coming apart this way, which was happening, and the tyre was rubbing on this bottom housing here. That's how I noticed something was off. When as soon as it started doing that, I was like, what's going on with that? And then I found it. But I'm not sure how long it's been like that, unless it's just happened today. The crack, the aluminium on the inside of the crack is slightly oxidized. Whether it's actually, I honestly don't know. That's all guessing. Anyway, I'm going to jump on and see if it's done the job. So I'm currently 200 meters into this little fix-it ride, and it feels a lot better than it did an hour ago. It really does. There's no flex that I can feel, which is what, like I said, it's what drew my attention to it at the first hand. Flex on the front wheel, sideways flex, which is never a good sign. So I think if I just take it easy and have to whack a bike shop into the sat nav and see what comes up. Alicante, nearly was Alicante. 2 shops down. I've been to 2 bike shops, no joy, and this guy actually sounds quite hopeful about sending me to this other one back down the road, so back down there to have a look. Okay, so I went back and forth a few times around this little area here and eventually got to a bike shop which he did have some forks in stock that were the right type and fitting with the tapered headset for my bicycle. So I'd arranged with him to leave it with him for a few days, didn't really want to rush him, and I checked into a local hotel about 10 minutes away. I thought there's not a lot I can do, so I went back to the hotel, unloaded all my bags, and then cycled back with the quick fix that I'd done, left it with him, and then spent two nights, 3 days around this sort of local area, doing nothing really, eating, resting. That was basically it, and showering as well. I always tend to have quite a few showers when I'm in situ because I just love a shower. And I'd arranged to go back Saturday morning, 11 o'clock, to pick it up, expecting it to be ready. As it was still needed a few little tweaks here and there, and I was left sitting outside for another maybe half an hour. This is me having a bit of a whinge about that, and re-watching it, it just sounds so ungrateful, so I'm not letting you hear me whinge. Okay, eventually it's happened. Now to put it all back. As you can see, it does look like quite a lot, doesn't it, really? In the scheme of things, for a bicycle, I would hesitate to say that is just, I think the technical term we're looking for here is fucking ridiculous. But the new forks are on. They're only a Suntour. Unfortunately, I wasn't going to pay again for a set of RockShox, but the lockout is really good. The lockout is solid, which is always a bonus with some of the ground and the weight that I've got going on. So I've tested that, and as an added bonus, I think my He's put all this hardware back on for me as well with new hose clamps, using the same techniques that I used to stop the slide. He's used the inner tube to stop the slide down that I had on there, and